The increasing military coordination and joint war strategies between Pakistan and China have ushered the regional balance of power into a new phase. Now, the situation is such that India faces a threat not only from Pakistan but from the joint defense alliance of China and Pakistan. Even if the Chinese military is not visibly present on the battlefield, its presence and influence can be felt at every level. The rapid advancements in Pakistan's air power, missile systems, satellite networks, electronic warfare, and data linking systems are largely owed to Chinese cooperation. Pakistan's current frontline fighter jet, the J-10C, is manufactured by China, and the JF-17 Thunder has also been developed with Chinese collaboration. These aircraft are not only equipped with advanced technology, but their joint training and upgrading with China have further enhanced their capabilities. The J-10C is specifically equipped with the PL-15 missile, which is a BVR or Beyond Visual Range missile, and has the capability to strike targets from a very long distance. The range, speed, and target locking capability of the PL-15 missile are so impressive that India does not possess any missile that can match it. Pakistan now also has access to China's Beidou satellite network, which allows it to benefit from 24-hour surveillance and precise missile targeting on the battlefield. The Beidou system includes more than 44 satellites, which frees Pakistan from dependence on the American GPS. This means that Pakistan can control its military operations independently with the cooperation of China. For timely detection of enemy aircraft and missiles in the air, the role of AWACS, that is Airborne Early Warning and Control System, is extremely important. At present, Pakistan possesses 9 AWACS systems, which include the Chinese ZDK-3 and the Swedish Saab Ariane. These systems play a vital role in monitoring enemy movements and providing pilots with immediate information. Pakistan has also made remarkable progress in the field of electronic warfare. During the 2019 Balakot incident, when Indian aircraft entered Pakistani airspace, not only was their communication jammed, but it was also recorded. In this incident, the Pakistan Air Force skillfully intercepted the conversations of Indian pilots during their flight and later released this audio to the media, which cast doubt on India's statements. This time as well, Pakistan jammed the communications of India's Rafale jets, and the cries of their pilots were heard around the world. Data linking has now also become an important part of Pakistan's combat systems. All units, whether ground, air, or satellite, are connected to each other in real time. Pakistan's Link 77 network already existed, but it has now been upgraded to provide a complete 360-degree situational awareness on the battlefield. Thanks to this system, a pilot not only knows their own position but also has complete information about enemy aircraft, missiles, and ground units. In military terminology, this is called the kill chain, that is, detecting a threat, identifying the target, tracking it, and then completely destroying it. Since 2020, Pakistan and China have restructured the joint exercises of their air forces. These exercises, known as the Shaheen exercise, were previously limited to dogfights and electronic warfare, but now they include complex phases such as combat strategy, full kill chain drills, data linking, and missile targeting. This coordination has elevated the air capabilities of both countries to a new standard. India is taking this entire situation very seriously. Indian officials and defense experts believe that now they may have to deal not only with Pakistan but also with China at the same time. To highlight this threat to the world, India is promoting the narrative that it is preparing for war on 2 fronts. The purpose of this is to convince the international community that India needs the most advanced weapons, aircraft, and technology so that it can counter the threats arising from the cooperation between Pakistan and China. For this purpose, India is showing interest in acquiring advanced American-made fighter jets, including aircraft like the F-35 and F-21. India wants the United States to provide it with the same technology that the US Air Force itself uses, so that it can compete with Chinese-made aircraft like the J-10C and JF-17. The United States also views India as a balancing force in the region to contain China. Therefore, there is a possibility that India will receive American support in the future. However, it is too early to say when and how all of this will happen. Circumstances are changing day by day, and we will have to wait to see what scenario unfolds in the future. But one thing is certain: the joint air strategy and technological coordination between Pakistan and China has compelled India to devise new defense plans. The defense cooperation between Pakistan and China is reaching new heights. It is no longer limited to just weaponry or training. Rather, it has now taken the form of a comprehensive war philosophy. Where in the past Pakistan relied solely on its own resources and defense industry, now with China's partnership, it has gained access to a complete network of technology and combat experience. The purpose of this partnership is not only to enhance conventional military capabilities but also to present a simultaneous and coordinated challenge to a rival like India. In response, India is striving not only to upgrade its defense systems but also to convey to the world that it is facing the influence of a country like China. There are several aspects to India's strategy. India's foremost objective is to convince the United States of its defensive stance and to assure it that, in the region, India is in fact defending Western interests. For this very purpose, India has signed several American defense agreements in recent years, which include the purchase of advanced systems such as the C-130J, Apache helicopters, P-8I maritime aircraft, and NASAMS. Now, India's focus is on aircraft like the F-21, F-A-18 Super Hornet, and F-35 because they believe that only with these aircraft can they effectively counter the combined air power of Pakistan and China. But the question is, will merely acquiring advanced weapons be enough for India? The reality is that it's not just about acquiring weapons but also about their practical use, operational expertise, and integrating them into a network-centric warfare strategy. This is an extremely complex stage. Here, the example of Pakistan and China comes to mind, who have not only shared aircraft, missiles, satellites, and data networks, but have also worked together on joint exercises and real-time scenarios for their use. It will have to learn to build a comprehensive network, data linking, satellite integration, and new principles of electronic warfare. For this, India will need to learn a complete network-centric warfare strategy from countries like the US or Israel, which is not only technically complex but will also require a lot of time. Another important aspect is India's defense industrial policy. In recent years, India has tried to increase domestic defense production under the Make in India program, but there are still many obstacles. Technology transfer, the quality of local industry, and the involvement of the private sector are not yet at the level where India can adopt a joint strategy like China and Pakistan. In addition, the Indian Air Force faces the issue that its aircraft and systems are highly diverse. The combination of Russian, French, and now American technology has made India's logistics and training systems very complicated, the consequences of which India had to face even in 2019 when its own air defense system shot down its own helicopter. Now the question arises, if a war breaks out between Pakistan and India in the future, what kind of war will it be? From the brief skirmish on May 10, you must have realized that this is a war of not just conventional aircraft and missiles, but also one in which cyber warfare, satellite navigation, communication jamming, and real-time data networks played a very important role. So modern wars are not fought only on the battlefield but also on computer screens, in satellite control centers, and in electronic warfare rooms. Pakistan and China had already recognized this reality. That's why their entire focus is on integrated networking and the unification of advanced technology. India's current approach is like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it is increasing its defense partnerships with the US and the Western world against China. On the other, it faces its close neighbor Pakistan, which, in collaboration with China, has become a constant threat for India. To deal with this two-pronged threat, India will have to bring about a complete transformation not only at the technological level but also at the strategic level. For this, it is possible that India may have to change its current defense doctrines, such as the Cold Start doctrine, which was designed specifically for Pakistan. That's all for now. I hope you liked this video. I'll see you with a new and